Please, sir, have you seen my daughter?
I can't say I have.
Please, ma'am. Sir, have you seen this girl? Please, anyone, help!
And welcome to the Tomes of Time! I'm the Timekeeper, Stephen the Stowell, and here are my lovely victims, players, who will now introduce themselves, starting with our brand new player.
My name is Blake. It's nice to meet you.
My name is Nolan Paranoid. Are we saying our character name still?
You can, yes. He'll be an introduction, so his name will come in time.
Right. I play a barbarian named Niala Volcane.
Kyle, you want to go next?
Hi, I'm Captain Sean the Butcher Edinburgh, played by this idiot called Kyle St. Andrews.
Wow, I got mixed. Hello, my name is the Black Doctor, and I play the Holy Life Domain Cleric, Donatello.
Hi, yes, and we are back again for another episode. Who remembers when we last left our heroes? A whole New Year's ago.
There was a gladiator fight.
We won. And then I was going in outside little room.
Right, and I think like after we won, I got the final blow. We met some children, didn't we?
It was a halfling.
A halfling woman came to you, pleading for
it's a small woman. My brain immediately relegates that to small child.
Man, come on.
Tall boy problems.
Alright. You get inspiration, but the lot of you have gotten a point of inspiration now. But
Sweet.
the last and most important detail was as I moved the players back into side room. Kyle had responded to some screaming, and I remembered how to work Roll20 on my tablet. And by remembered, I mean completely forgot and made an interesting experience for the audience. Came into a side room where he quickly noticed a group of figures dressed like cultists guarding a group of people who were bound, gagged, and as you look at them, very badly beaten. What are you going to do, Captain?
I'm going to approach to right here.
He turns. What are you doing here?
What's going on here?
None of your concern. And the rest of them look. Oh, great. Kill them. At this point, the rest of you can respond to the noise too, as you'd be hearing a commotion.
Let's see. Donatello starts to, I guess, waddle over to the commotion and see what's up, and then he notices that the captain is in danger. He summons everyone else there.
All right. As you were heading in, you noticed your assassin running off after the direction of his master.
My friend...
He disappears.
Wow.
The wall, the opening in the wall tent between which his mentor had ran.
Well then, I guess we're on our own, lads.
Oh, I need a clear initiative order, don't I? I thought I cleared it before. It's clear. Okay, sorry. And, yeah, unless someone wants to try diplomacy, which would be really hard, probably gonna have to roll for initiative.
Time to fight.
What'd you say?
I just said time to fight.
Ah.
I got a really good roll too.
Oh, nice. Jesus Christ gives eternal life. Yeah. Okay, would this page please load?
Oh, also gotta get my boy.
Yes. Economy boy.
Did my initiative go through?
No, I think you have to click your token.
Yes, you have to click on your token and do it. And then I'll switch it to the one you initially rolled.
Right. Click on your token and then click initiative again.
Oh, it's still in editing.
I'm still sort of kind of upset that Carmichael gets a better initiative than me.
He's a fast boy.
Yeah, he's light on his feet, and you're a turtle.
I am a turtle.
Or a turtle.
Turtle.
Blake, if you, for your character, could roll a constitution check for me. Or a con save. Please and thank you.
You're also mute.
All right. So sorry, bear with me as I learn how this new system works. So I would just do a public roll, normal roll.
Yes, which
Right.
it should be set for that, I think.
Did that work?
That worked.
Yeah.
You wake up at the sound of commotion as you look over from the bundle of your comrades in bondage and see the adventuring party.
I like my first roll.
A nat
Good sign.
20 con roll for your
That's a
first
good-
roll, you absolute madman.
Let's see. Oh, did that not actually work right? Sorry, bear with me. The Roll20 system of having to click on every little thing is so much of a setback in me doing this. I do apologize. I actually should have just kept that page open because it's not going to go each page for each person. I hope y'all have a great New Year's.
That was alright.
It was cool.
Someone almost lit my car on fire with their fireworks. So that
Uh-oh.
was fun.
Yikes!
I was in a public park and they were just a bit too close.
Yikes!
Wow.
Yeah.
My New Year's wasn't that exciting. I had some really good meat and a little wine and played a few games and then went home and, as Scrooge said, keep this holiday in his own way.
I should keep this holiday in my own way.
Okay, will this stupid thing give me the little expanding option?
Do y'all do fireworks for New Year's? Because I stopped doing that like 2 years ago.
I just stopped doing it because everybody else did it and the apartment is already loud enough.
Right.
That's fair.
Oh my goodness. At this point, it's going to be quicker if I just... I'm sorry. I am very sorry. I got a bad tech issue right there.
I'm just looking at all the other stuff that I have because I don't remember any of my other moves.
I'll inform you. So as you're looking around the room, I didn't do it in the map maker, but there are benches against the tent wall behind them with documents on them as you look. They're easy enough to see.
So they're not automatically attacking, are they? Are they?
It's very clear that the direction is going in hostility, but diplomacy, you don't get the feeling that, it's not like you can't try talking.
What's the state of the character at the moment?
Pardon?
What is the state of my character at the moment?
Oh, mark yourself to half health, please.
Roger that.
You are just slightly more cognizant than you have been in the last few weeks, months of your time?
Am I tied up or what?
You are. Have you been trying to break your bonds in any way?
That was going to be my next thing. Yes.
Okay. Roll a sleight of hand. That'll be that little skills menu. Your bonds, you've managed to work away at them, and you've weakened them a bit. You might be able to break out of them now, finally, with the little bit more energy you've gotten from the adrenaline of seeing, oh, a fight's about to break out. Descending order. Okay, sorry. Now that that is all out of the way, Nilavoke, what is your first move going to be?
So they look like they're going to attack us.
Yes, they have a look on them that is clearly like, you're not supposed to be here, and we will solve that one way or another.
Can I ready in action if one of the dudes in robes tries to go for the captain or Donatello?
Certainly, what would you...
Just
what
like,
would you want ready?
They're kind of close. I guess, depending on the distance, either use my warhammer or throw my hand axe.
Certainly. That's all you're gonna do, no movement, or...
Yeah, I'm not gonna engage just yet. I'll wait.
Gotcha. Edinburgh. What's your course?
The guy right in front of me, is he hostile or is he our new friend?
He is in an aggressive stance towards you. His actual face is covered, but you can tell from the angle of his eyebrows that he is not happy to see you.
Alright, all I see is a blue icon.
Right, yeah. I tried. He has the same kind of token as the other ones, but it won't code in for some reason.
I tried my best, okay?
This website just hates my creative functions.
It will not let me be me.
Does anybody here a programmer? I want to make a better VTT.
Oh. I don't want to throw us in another fight, but it looks like I'm going to have to.
They don't look very strong. They're basically just wearing ropes.
I'll use my staff against some non-lethal. Try to get them to calm down with intimidation by striking at them with the staff.
Alright, roll for it. Yeah, that'll hit. Roll damage. Click on the little staff. Ooh, 4 damage. Alright. Yeah, you hit him as you knock him back. And I just like, I should actually mark down their health deficiencies. I should always have a pencil in my pocket, ready to go. So that will be number 4. And number 4 has taken 4 damage from a total of loading. Apologies. I think it's like, oh yeah, that's not much health. Okay. You smack him upside the head, and he, like his, like if this was fully a anime or cartoon, you'd be seeing little Tweety birds flying around.
So they're not very strong.
These ones, no. The one in blue looks a little bit more robust of a man. Speaking of which, it is actually his turn.
Where's he away from me?
As he kind of wraps his hand around the rope lead, leading to the mass of bound people. He
Just out of range.
he raises his he pulls back his sleeve a little, and you see a little wrist-mounted device as he let's see who's out there. Why does this thing have to cover the whole screen? The one who aggressed first, so the captain, he is going to fire. He's going to make an attack with the wrist-mounted crossbow. That is going to hit. And, oh, I meant to change Roll20 to light mode, actually, for the viewer. Let's see if I can do that right now. Ooh, this might be a lot of things at once.
That's a lot of damage.
Theme.
Yeah.
They're not poisoned.
That's a lot of damage.
They're not poisoned, I should clarify.
Who do you hit?
The
The
captain.
captain.
Captain, you take 9 damage.
So I get to throw my axe at him now, right?
Oh goodness, what's going on here? Oh, was it readied that if anybody had
Right, yeah. Yeah, she had the ready to action.
Then yes, you can make that attack action.
Does a 21 hit?
Yes. Roll down.
Oh my gosh.
Just to huck the axe at him as a
Okay.
warning.
It impacts, and he just kind of with his, as he draws his scimitar, that is not actually called a scimitar, or he draws a short sword, and he just kind of pulls it out of himself. He has a multi-attack, so he's actually going to target you now that you've hurt him.
I got this.
What is his range?
I got this.
Up to 80
Oh,
with the wrist-mounted crossbow. Is that gonna hit?
Yeah.
18.
You'll take
It's not poisoned.
no.
Okay, so just the 11.
Yes. You have an action which. Oh goodness, it's not letting me scroll down a little.
He just says he has an action he'd like to take.
Yes, sir.
It didn't just. Yeah. It's good, that's how you do it, but it didn't work.
Alright, it's actually going to be another of these cultist-looking people. There we go. Which one is that one? Okay. Let me pull up the character sheet. I need to just make those things I can pull up. Pages. Come on. He's proper. Come on! Thing. Perfect, me here.
Read now.
Become your own webpage. Become your own webpage. Close. Okay, this one. He is actually going to move towards you now. And he is going to make a basic attack with his scimitar.
It doesn't hit.
Alright, and you just kind of out of the way.
Weave.
I just want to take it. But like it doesn't do damage.
It just goes. Ink.
I'm actually gonna.
Like, what are you trying to do? Tickle me?
Your blades don't work on me. Only
crossbow.
Only the gospel.
Basic.
One moves over and trying to make sure that all of these belligerents are engaged. goes towards Donatello. As he passes by you, he is going to make a slash attack at you. As I pull the sheet back up. Oh man, it's so much better when I make them separate web tabs. So 23 to hit. Oh, I need to turn off their rolling with advantage.
Yeah, that would be very helpful. Because, like, I have the highest AC and yet I'm still getting hit.
Now, the
I mean,
net
also-
20 was the default roll. It's that second one that's the cool thing.
Yeah.
And
7.
that is going to be 7 damage for you. Carmichael. What's Carmichael gonna do?
I was gonna have him do something. Okay, so I want him to move away from the fight, but I also want him to do Healing Word on moi, if that's chill.
Yeah. Let's see. As he kind of just runs away while still looking at you and strumming his ukulele, going, "Tidings of comfort and
Thanks, Carmichael.
of and yeah, so you receive 4 points of healing.
Nice.
Donatello, you have been
Alright.
You've been slashed.
So, let's see. Who is the most hurt out of our entire party? Kyle, how much damage did you take that last round?
I took 9. I got 16. Help.
Yeah, you need some help. So, I, for my action, am going to cast Cure Wounds. Yeah.
Does that heal me all the way?
We shall see.
Oh my god.
Let's see. That gives you 8 damage. 8 healing, and then with my Disciple of Life, 2 plus the spell's level, 8. So you gain 12 health. So you're back up to full health.
Not G.I. Joe. Voodoo medics.
Okay, and so
I'm close to it.
So for my bonus action, so if I pushed him, he would take damage by bouncing off against the wall, right? Basically, this guy.
Do you have something that's gonna shove him?
Yes.
Then yes. Also, really quick, Blake, your character. So you need to click on your token and then hit initiative. I should have had you do that. My apologies.
Okay. I don't see.
On your sheet, there should be a place where it says initiative. Doc, what's your ability that is supposed to shove him? Is it one of the two things you're doing here should be a bonus action?
Yes, my bonus action. It's a telekinetic move.
There it is. Okay.
Okay.
I see. And I'm going to say, "Get thee behind me," and then basically summon Almighty Push.
Are you right?
Oh, that's a DC. I see. I see.
I love it.
And so he needs to make a strength saving throw.
Hims does not make. Oh, a strength? Oh.
Yeah.
We'll say that would have been, if that was strength,
You would have failed.
he would have had 1 less point to each of those rolls if that had been strength.
Right. So that makes it worse. So I push him into the wall.
Yes, and as it is a tent canvas, he kind of slides down and through it. And is now behind the other side of the wall. What? And I need to add your guy to the initiative roll. Apologies.
Yeah, he should be right behind me.
Come on, load up. There we go. Yes, public roll. Oh, I am going to change it, however, to its proper place. If it would let me. Of 9. And does that allow you to go this round? That will actually allow you to go this round. Up next. Blake, what is your character going to do?
Am I free from my bonds?
Alright, roll. How do you want to do this? Have you been using a tool, or have you just been trying to, like, brute strength this, or...
I don't really know what I have. Because as far as my inventory, I'm assuming that has to be modified. It's not that I would actually have those in my situation right now, I imagine.
We could say you could have gotten, like, a bobby pin or something that you could use to try to cut the ropes.
Sure.
Or just a grown-out nail. So that
Where's Noel's axe right now?
it is a few feet in front of the blue guy.
Okay.
So he wouldn't have had a chance to grab it.
You can make whichever is higher a strength or dexterity check. We'll say saving throw. So you're either trying to like expertly cut or wriggle out of the bonds, or you're just trying to brute force them apart. So if you could roll me one of those.
So you're wanting a dexterity roll?
Yes.
Okay. Well.
You take 1 point of damage as the tool you're using, you accidentally nick yourself with it.
Dang.
I had to balance it.
Welcome to my world, my guy. Welcome to my world.
Oh, that was a fun turn.
It's better than rolling a nat 1 on a medicine check with how I rolled out.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Is that your turn?
Is it my turn?
That's really all you can do.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't have attention.
My grandiose plans have failed.
It is now down to the last cultist to finally go, as he will also come over and go for the butcher. And it's at this point that you guys see at the back. We'll say there's a separating wall right about here. Put that on screen for the camera. Oh, that's the wrong token. Hold on a second. I had the right idea. But the wrong guy.
Wrong guy. He just vanishes out of existence. And then he just pops back in.
Right.
I was gonna say, is that the guy that annoyingly ran away a while ago? Last.
Well, what you actually see is a bit stranger. If it would stop glitching on me for 2 seconds. You see your comrade coming in from between the wall separation. And he runs over to the table, looks over the documents, quickly grabs up a number of them, and runs back. And on his way, he looks at your character, Blake, and he just, from his wrist, extends a little blade as he cuts the lead holding you to the mass of prisoners. And he runs off back through the tent divide.
Cool, that was useful.
And it's this acolyte's turn as he moves in place to attack the captain. Nope, that doesn't hit.
Not a chance.
He didn't do his stretches today, so he's a little winded as he comes up to you.
Oh, I missed.
And that
Y'all
man,
put him on your prayer list.
yes, that man who you hurt so many rounds ago. Now he's finally done being stunned from you hitting him upside the head, and he is going to attack you with his weapon. He's also going to miss because he can't see straight anymore after getting a concussion.
Right.
Niela.
I'm gonna go into a rage.
Alright.
She would like to rage.
And I'm going to do Form of Beast, the bite one.
Alright, as your head morphs into that more resembling a boar or warthog, your opponent in front of you kind of just looks at you like, huh?
Bite.
Roll for it.
Yes!
Roll damage!
Oh,
No.
And I get some health back, too.
How would you like
Awesome.
to do this?
I want to bite his head off.
You do so.
Just go down his neck and rip it off.
The first, how do you want to do this, of 2023? Alright, yes. He becomes no more. In a terrifying course of events that he was most definitely not expecting. As I realize I need to... Okay, Sean, you've just seen a gory unfolding beside you. What will you do now?
I'm happy to see that, honestly, because I've been shot. Which one of the guys in front of me comes closest to hit me that would irritate me?
You're probably least concerned about the guy who just ran up, because you seem to have given the other guy a concussion.
right.
I pull my flintlock pistol, put it in his face, and fire.
Roll for it.
God, why
Since you're doing this point blank and he wouldn't be expecting it, I'll give you advantage. Roll again.
Right. Roll again. Mulligan!
Mulligan.
Roll damage. Because it's like
Yeah, that's the perfect mulligan.
fire weapon, they exist. They're just not very common, especially to this man. Of course, this man barely exists anymore, as he turns away just in time, but you can tell that, especially with the burns and the bullet itself, you did hit him, but he is barely, but he is still standing. As he is now clutching the side of his face. It is the blue guy's turn, as he is going to finally drop the rope, and head toward you. What do you have the distance? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yes. He is going to come for the turtle.
Hi!
And
Oh, good.
I should note, in the course of observing the fight, Blake, your character would have noticed that in this square there is an axe on the ground. So for when that comes back to you. And the blue man is going to group you with his hidden blade. Which is actually a knife, but it's being called a hidden blade. That just hits. Does that just hit your AC, or does your shield add to your AC? Does the 17 hit, Doc?
No. No, mine is 19. So it's not going to help at all.
A +2 shield. He has multi-attack. Ooh, that is going to hit with a 21.
I initiate shell defense.
Ah! What's that?
So, with shell defense, I can withdraw into my shell as an action. And until I emerge, I gain a +4 bonus to AC. And I have advantage on strength and constitution saving throws. But while I'm in my shell, I'm prone and my speed is 0 and can increase. So, I mean, I'm stuck here until I emerge. But my AC is now 23. So, as he attacks, I literally jump up in the air, retract into my shell, and my shell just pops down on the floor.
Is Luke with any of you guys? Do you recognize that user?
I think he might follow me.
Okay. I get if you're joking, but we already had a false reporting scare, so of the many sarcasms that are normally perfectly fine, let's be careful.
Yeah, he's orthodox. He's cool.
Let's be careful about making it seem like there's going to be issues. So the guy in blue is going to reel back with his weapon, and just as it would make contact with you, you kind of retract into your shell and plop right down on the ground. He just it's all right. I normally wouldn't think anything of it. I normally wouldn't think anything of it, Luke. It's just somehow Doc managed to instantly get his appeal, but someone did falsely report him for nothing.
Right. It's like within the shell, you hear the echo. The Lord is my strength and my shield. Of whom shall I be afraid?
Just hear a mighty fortress.
It's just like on recording.
It's like the quality of like an old tape record, an old
mixtape.
Cassette tape, yeah. Sorry. Anyways, it is now the acolyte outside the tent's turn. No, this acolyte that is no longer with us. The acolyte that is outside the tent, he is going to run around and he is going to. You don't know, but he's never going to make it to you.
How do you get outside?
He got pushed because what this tent is, it's like a big top with there's the outer wall and then there's a sub wall for the arena. So he got pushed under that sub wall.
Huh.
I gave him a push.
Just give him a push.
Almighty.
Carmichael, it is his turn.
Let me see. What can the boy do?
Good boy.
So, Carmichael has a knife, and I kind of wanted to send him to the group of people over here that I think are tied down and help them get out.
Towards the group of people bounded?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. He could dash over there.
Okay, so that's...
we are playing 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, Tomes of Time,
That is perfect.
I have homebrew.
So he's able to get over there with a dash.
Alright. Donatella.
Okay, so I'm going to use my bonus action to pop back out of my shell. And with the blue guy in front of me, I am. I'm going to smack him with my mace.
Alright, go for it. That hits, roll damage.
The gift still gets you, huh? 9.
Alright. You caught him in sort of this decorative metal plate across his upper chest. It is now very dented. Blake, the character's turn.
Would I recognize it? Like, is it similar to our assassin's armor, or
Roll either history or religion.
I'm good at both those things.
You have seen these kinds of uniform marines before, but you've never really... You don't know what they are, but they are familiar. Kind of like you see the guy at church who always buys from a certain company, and you don't really know what the brand is, but you recognize, like, oh yeah, that's that kind of thing.
That's where the money goes.
Blake, it's your turn. You are now cut freed. You know where a hatchet is. A little axolotl looking thing has just ran over towards you and the group.
Hi!
Everyone else is incapacitated. You're like the one who is conscious right now.
Okay. I think what I'll do, looking that it seems like the rest of these guys have the danger under control to some degree, I'm going to see if I can do anything with helping them with their wounds or freeing them or just helping them up in general.
All right, make a medicine check. As you're looking around, from probably head trauma, it's just a head fog over you that you can't really... There's not really much you can think of what to do, especially with the limited supplies you have.
So quick triage doesn't look good for any.
None of them are. They're still breathing. They're heavily beaten.
Okay. Enough. Am I near enough to any of the assailants that I could do anything about them?
You saw that axe be thrown, so you could try your hand at throwing the axe back at them.
I can't get the little map thing to come up on my screen.
It was over here. I can move your guy for you if you like, if you need.
Yeah, I'll have to because it doesn't. So I'm fairly far away. Is each square 10 feet? Is that the scale?
Each square is 5 feet, and it's well within your movement.
Okay. So my assumption is he probably isn't aware that I'm coming up on him.
No, they all have their backs turned. They assume that you are all beaten beyond the point of coherency.
Okay. So I'm just going to do an unarmed attack, hoping to knock out one of them here.
Boy.
That will, yeah. And that hit with damage. You see the blade hit into the one that's just a blue Facebook profile.
He's Facebook.
And it sinks into him, and he kind of forward, but because of the concussion, he's not very pain keen. It's just that he's being very vitally hurt at this point. He looks very, very close to being done for. That's pretty much all you'll be able to do on your turn.
Fair enough.
The one next to him is going to try to attack the captain.
Wasn't he the one who just got shot point blank in the face?
Oh, yeah. And that's why he probably misses, right, Cap?
My armor's 13.
Oh! He just hits you. Dealing another 7 damage.
This man's tanking it.
The acolyte who's really close to death, is kind of gonna bring his hand up and pull the weapon out of his shoulder, and he's gonna look at everything and go, "No reward is worth this," and plunge his dagger into himself.
Oh my.
He just removes
My
himself.
kill.
He has committed seppuku.
And he just falls back. Well, he crumples over. Niela.
I guess I want to go to the side of this dude and I want to bite him.
Alright, roll for it. I cast Nom. Yeah, that'll hit. Roll damage.
Cast
Cool,
a
and I
big
get
knob.
2 more health.
9 damage.
Oh, you do damage from raging? I want to play a barbarian. Oh wait, I'm planning to.
Yeah, I just remembered.
Yeah, I
nailed
mean, I
it.
love playing a barbarian. Do you not remember why, Athanasius keeps his rage whenever he pulls out Excalibur? Because rage damage is awesome.
So yeah, you by the time you're halfway out of the blindness of your rage, you realize, huh, he had a shoulder.
Now he doesn't.
Mine now.
Wait, but where's the? Does he lose an arm? You took his shoulder.
Yeah,
Sure.
he's now fallen to the ground, and he's going. Captain, the man you almost got rid of just hurt you a little.
My scapula.
I'll visit take my great sword and shove it towards his gut.
Roll for it. Yes, roll damage.
Awesome.
Wow, bro.
Ouch.
It's how do you want to do this? Because that's a lot of overkill.
Anime blood.
And he even has.
You stab into him and lift him up, and he's just hoisted above you. As the cultist leader looks up, and he looks at all of you. And from under his sleeve, he flicks out another dagger, and he tries to stab also at the captain.
You're blue.
Ooh.
As soon as I pull his
Ew.
character sheet back out.
He just does not like the captain. How much health do you have, Cap?
I got 21 right now.
Well,
Hey, you're fine. You're fine.
that misses, but he does have multi-attack.
He is not fine. He is not fine.
He
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
he drops the dagger as the blood loss starts hitting him, and he's going into shock.
He's weakened. After him.
That acolyte is no longer with us. Carmichael. There's a lot of wounds in front of him.
What?
There's a lot of wounded in front of
Are they still tied up?
him. Yes. They're all in
He's,
combat.
I
Well,
guess
technically, no.
Before he starts healing them, because he only has one left, he's gonna just untie them first.
Alright. He finds that
Uses his dagger.
the knots are too difficult, so he takes out his dagger.
Let him use his teeth. Let him use his teeth.
He doesn't
He's
have
a
to.
little. He's an axolotl. Axolotls don't have teeth.
No, I mean to hold it. To hold the knife.
Alright. Donatello, this pitiful man in blue stands before you, almost gone.
I ask him, Was it worth it? All of this pain, was it worth this?
He looks at you, and he just says, sorry.
For something epic to say.
He says,
The anticipation.
7 heads,
I hope it lasts.
7 heads with 7 feasts, 7 breaths and 7 feasts. And he pops something in his mouth and bites down on it, and he too falls.
Can I roll to recognize if he's referencing something?
Roll either religion or history.
Can I do the same?
Sure.
Well,
Doc, you with advantage, but it would be history, not religion.
Okay.
You've heard this phrase before. This is what the prisoner at your monastery that you tortured earlier was saying before he was dragged off. Your character doesn't remember anything.
No, clearly.
Hey, one of the words of wisdom of Aoten comes to you.
Let it be. And he's dead.
Yes. You're surrounded by corpses.
What about that one that ran away?
You do hear the thunk of a body on the ground as in steps, as you turn, a round 5-foot, red-headed, person? Question mark? Wearing similar robes, though properly proportioned, like Carmichael is wearing.
Wow.
Donatello and everyone who's actually from Aelith would recognize this as a half-tabaxi.
Well then. We don't usually see half-tabaxis around, do we?
They're not like they're not a majority in the population, but they're not rare. You've seen like a handful around this port specifically.
Well then, half-tabaxi is in our midst. We are in the presence of rarity, my friends. If you could tell me who you are, I'd be eternally grateful.
I am Serena Fey.
Well,
I believe you have one I have been accompanying in your midst.
I had fainted if I had not seen the goodness of God in the land of the living. I believe so. I believe we have just rescued a good amount of these people from the people in your party, I suppose.
I am referring to Carmichael.
Huh?
What?
I turned to look to Carmichael.
He is
and look back at him.
Struggling with a knot. That's extra.
Nella kind of she rages over. She kind of waves Carmichael over.
Oh! And he looks and he goes, Saren! And he just runs at breakneck speed over and tries to jump hug her, but he can't get that high, so he just like gets her knee through the robes. And she just reaches down and scritches his head. Thank you for taking care of him. He's been my charge. And how have they been
You're-
taking care of you, Carmine? Oh, they've been really good. And encouraging. I'm glad. It may seem strange, one young enough to be at charge, being, well, alone, but as you can see, he can take care of himself to a degree. I will admit I took a lot longer than I intended to researching colleges for him.
He's going to go to Kulang?
The harder part was scrounging the funds. The hard part now is him deciding what he will choose. Oh, options. I'm not so good at those. Oh! And he kind of grabs her by the hand and leads her over to you, Nella. This is the one who's been taking care of me. This is Nella. And she looks at you, shorter than you, I believe.
Yeah, Nella is like 5 foot.
Oh, you're actually roughly the same height. She goes, thank you. I need to find some way to repay you at some point.
So you are in charge of Carmichael.
Yes.
Why was he left alone in a tavern?
He was raising money doing, well, bard work. He has a dagger. I taught him everything he knows. Well, actually, Nella taught me more things. Look! And he lifts up his tabard and to show off the 2 daggers. I'll cross draw. Oh. Fascinating. Well, I've always been more of a mage than a marauder, so I appreciate whatever you've contributed to his education.
Magic will only get one so far, in my experience. You must know how to use your surroundings and your own skill to make way sometimes.
This is true, and you must know your own limitations. Why, there are some wizards who can jump between realms of existence. I hope to be that great someday. If there's any way I can reward you, even if it's something I must strive towards, rather than give you on the spot, I will gladly do it. You've taken some care of someone who's clearly very important to the both of us.
I only wish to see him excel in this college he speaks of.
Wow. And I see that my time researching colleges has not been in vain. Now, it's going to take a while for us to sort through it, Carmichael. And you are going to have to make a decision. I cannot make it for you. But Saren... No. Your parents made sure it was your choice to come to the surface. Your choice to get an education, to pursue it. Now you must choose which one you shall. Oh. Nella, can I stay with you until I have to leave for college?
Of course.
May I interject?
Yes. See all this unfold.
I'd like to. So, I'm sorry to interrupt what's clearly a heartfelt reunion, but would any of you happen to have something that I could use to tend to my wounds?
You all look over and see this very bloodied man. You can describe how your character looks now.
Modestly dressed, pants, shirt with the arms bare, not bracers, but made of cloth around his hands and wrists. Kind of well, in this lighting, it would be black hair, with a dark hazel-looking eyes, and beaten pretty badly, it appears. He's an elf. I assume all of them would know that. But he is abnormally sized for being an elf. He's larger, more barrel-chested, has shorter ears. His skin's not nearly as copper tone as one would normally come across either.
For a wood elf, which he appears to be, he is taller than average. For a high elf, he's just a little under height.
I hobble over to him. Come here, my friend. How old is he?
210.
How old is
Like
he?
210.
Okay, I was going to say young man, but I am
By
secretly wrong.
By appearance, that would still be correct.
Right. I look at him. I look him up and down. Young man, but I cast healing word on him.
Wait. By what god are you attempting to heal me?
Well, by the great Palor, sir.
And who is that?
The god of the universe, the one who made the heavens and the earth and all that is within them.
And how do you know he is the true god?
Because he has revealed himself as such.
He's very unsure. Clearly, he's not comfortable. I appreciate what you're trying to do for me, but do you happen to have some herbs I could use instead?
He hesitates, but begins to slowly look through his knapsack. Not necessarily seeing any herbs, but he suggests that he merely takes out his hands and uses cure wounds on him. Would this be applicable?
He's conflicted as to whether or not he wants to trust not only this person he doesn't know, but a god that he doesn't know.
Well, my friend, let me ask you, and he begins to try to persuade him. My friend, I believe it is this Lord who has not only granted you freedom, but now has brought healing to you. I believe it would be unwise to refuse.
Blake, would you like to see if your character remembers your former god's words regarding turtles?
Sure.
Right.
Sounds like a good suggestion.
Roll a either religion or history check, whichever stat is higher for you.
Also, if it does come to a thing, Carmichael does still have one healing word spell slot left. If you want Tiny Child to heal you.
Baby!
If you want baby fish.
You don't actually remember the exact stanza where it is spoken about portals, but you remember them to be the most charitable and respectful people that your god ever met. And also that it's kind of rude to a turtle to refuse what they offer you.
This is why he's pressing so hard.
Interesting. Well, he looks at him and he says, okay, if you wouldn't mind, I don't know if it's your custom, but could you use both hands?
Indeed. He
You've
nods.
been a point of inspiration. I love a good role playing.
And so he uses both hands, lays it upon his forehead, and uses cure wounds.
On your character sheet in your box, there's a box that says inspiration.
So 11, 34. So he heals 14 health.
All right, back to full.
Alright. The
Captain wants to know, are they hungry? Him and the other guy's hungry. Because I got rations I can give them.
all the others they don't seem dead, but they are incapacitated.
Okay. So you hungry?
You are starved.
Talking to me?
You are starved.
Yes.
Oh, certainly.
The most you've had very little of any sort of sustenance. A lot of bugs.
I'll give you 2 rations. I'll hold you over.
Perfect.
You would all kind of notice there's a table with some scattered documents on it.
Where? Is it over here?
Here-ish. Yeah, against the wall. There's just some tables, benches. Nella, Saren basically communicates to you that it's certainly fine if Carmichael sticks around with you guys, as long as she also sticks around and that they go over the things he needs to go over.
Okay, let's see. Do I need to do an investigation on the table, or?
With advantage, because it's not like anything's truly hidden. Roll again. Okay. You find maps similar to the ones you found before in the room of the imposters, and you find a note that's written in the dragon tongue that you cannot understand.
What tongue is it?
Draconic.
Lizard people.
Yes, no. You may make a investigation check. You remember last time you used... it was the little one who translated. What was that?
I also want to get my axe back, if it's still on the floor.
I'll walk over to him since he's clearly having trouble reading it and see if I can offer any assistance.
I walk alongside him.
I didn't want to influence character creation, but if you want to have Draconic as a language that you know, I'm giving you this one opportunity to change your mind about your current language's selection.
Really?
You hold the power of the DM!
It would be helpful.
But
it would be extremely helpful in the grand scheme of this campaign if one person just naturally knows.
okay. Well, should I switch out Infernal for that?
Sure.
Probably.
That will be a fair
Okay.
trade-off. You look over, and I will put the handout in your handouts, and I will put the... Well, actually, first, okay, I'm gonna... One second, sorry.
I don't know that I'll be able to read that from here because I
Or
don't
you
think
could-
it's on the app.
Or you could just, you could put it in mine too, and I can do voiceover, internal voiceover.
The things I need to edit this too. Actually, yeah, if you could give us a lovely draconic booming voice, as you so much can, Doc, I will put in the proper text, and I will I need to make this public to all people to read, players' journals, all players. It will be in there as mysterious note. As soon as I now save changes. I will actually see if I can bring that up.
Here it is. Okay, so so do you want it like draconic or lizard-like?
Like a dragonborn.
As requested, so is 61 slaves for use for mining in Calabria.
I forgot to copy it. The dating is the 7th of Weiss, 331.
The 7th of Weiss, 331.
Well done, sir.
Native Alethians would know Weiss to basically be November. That 11th month. So about 5 months ago, there was an acquisition of people for a mining project. as this letter reveals.
If I recall, so what we'd talked about was that I'd gone by ship. Is that correct?
Yep.
So I could certainly tell them that story.
All right, if you want to confer that to them.
I mean, we don't have it completely fleshed out, I suppose, but so I was a part of that.
You were part of a
What-
crew
Right.
attacked, taken.
I was across the sea, and we were attacked, and the crew and the occupants who had paid their fair way for passage were taken by force.
And you would know.
It's many of them, though.
Yes, you would know. You were joined to a much larger group before your specific ship hit Aleph or hit Calibri, but the group that you're with now was even smaller than the group that was on your ship originally.
I believe the great law of Palor says something about the consequences for man stealing.
What?
I look upon his shoulder and look him dead in the eye. The same fate that these men have met.
It seems we agree on that then, which is why I didn't try to stop any of you.
You come to realize that Arton stands behind you. Sorry about that. I had urgent business. Do you know the Inquisition is involved in this whole thing?
My non-existent eyebrow raises. Is that so?
Yes. Look, you have a copy of the document right there. In the bottom corner, there's sigil. The eye within the eye. And look down the document. Indeed, right above the stamp of the dynasty, which matches the death's head that the captain is now in possession of, is a letter I, as you can see on the handout, inlaid with a rudimentary eye.
So the Inquisition is if I'm remembering correctly, the Inquisition is a part of the Order or a part of the dear old dynasty.
As you've been gathering it so far, the Inquisition and the Silent Hand function sort of as secret societies outside of the grand scheme of things, so they do interact with it. With the Silent Hand not fully a part of the Order, but they have many dealings
Related to
with the
them.
Order.
I see.
So am I to understand there's a schism within this religion?
I wouldn't necessarily say schism, but there are relations within the Order that others partake of and some do not, and it seems that that this one might become a problem for my Order. We in relation to the Order of Palorian, we do not take necessarily kindly to apostates and schismatics. But as long as they do not blaspheme the one true God, they are left in good condition.
This seems like an egregious enough sin to warrant such an act, though, wouldn't you say?
Unfortunately, I believe so. As a bishop of this order, I am obligated to take action. And so I believe we must investigate this and take this back to the High Order and see what we can do in order to not only see to the safety of these slaves, but also get to the bottom of the Inquisition and shut them down.
Arton pipes up. Also that Captain of the Guard said we should notify him with what we found.
Yes, I believe we should notify him as well.
Oh, I didn't do the best job of scrounging up all those documents. Oops.
He lightly chuckles. I suppose. And he hands him he hands it over to him, but not fully letting go.
So do you? We can all just say do you all want to fast travel back to the city?
First, we're gonna get paid for winning.
You stop by.
Right, we do need to get paid.
Ooh, I should have figured out how
Taking
much
notes.
that pot was gonna be worth. For the whole thing.
My notes for that were on my phone, and now I'm using it, so I don't remember how much it was.
Right.
I know. I wrote a note down, but I can't find it.
So, you win a pot containing 450, 150, 60, and 49 gold pieces.
So 449?
It would have to be more than that. So that's 200 just from the consolidation of 1, plus the 400 to make 666 plus 49. That's what they get for gambling.
So 715. If we divide that by 4, we each get 178.75. So,
Carmichael,
in order to make this fair,
Carmichael cocks a non-existent eyebrow.
I give my winning to Carmichael for college.
he's got the months for Kulek.
How much does he get?
He just gets
So-
my share.
Well, I guess he gets 179, and we each get 178 then.
Saren, and his eyes glow as Saren quickly scoops up the money. He's like, I'll
I need
make sure this goes towards college.
that goes on top of the 95 he already has.
As y'all leave, Jessica, is that her name?
So I have 193 gold pieces. Nice.
Yes,
Right.
Jessica the halfling meets back up with you, and she notices the small red-headed halfling looks at your hand. Do you introduce yourself to your character, Blake? Does he introduce himself?
No, that's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna have to refuse now for fast travel because their dialogue needs to occur.
I mean, you can still say that you've declared what your character name is to them.
Right.
Oh well, okay. To just as players, it's Rafa.
So Rafa, she looks at your hand, and you see on her this look of recognition of the mark. And this party that is now grown in size by
Exponentially.
interestingly, thematically, 2 redheaded women. That was not intention. I swear. You make your way back to port town of Andal proper.
Wait, what now? Are we traveling?
Yes.
So basically, the carnival is just outside of this town, as you've gathered from your moments of consciousness from traveling with this carnival. That they go around and they stop and they game. Also, on your way out, there was this. The guy in charge was very shocked because I'm assuming you talked with him about what was going on and had no clue. And as far as you could tell, he was telling the truth. That this was a secret thing that happened under his nose.
Right.
You go to basically the guardhouse for the office. Which do you want to? What issue do you want to address first? Where are you guys going first?
Well, before we go anywhere, we probably should just kind of determine with my character what's happening. So, I'll thank the turtle. I will call him the turtle because I don't know his name yet. That I appreciate your healing me and for the information you provided. Is it all of your intention to complete what would be a righteous act and go to the civil magistrate with this information?
I would.
Okay. In that case, I will accompany you and give my testimony as needed.
That's what
I thank him and offer him my and while leaning upon my staff, I give him my right hand of friendship and say, my name is Donatello.
Well met, sir. I'm Rafa.
How many times do you shake?
Twice. Good job.
He shrugs. he looks at his hand and then shrugs.
So where do you guys go first to report on your findings?
Let's see. Which one is closer? If I'm looking at the map, which one is closer, the temple or the where would the civil magistrate be?
That's a good question. Of all of the things I marked on this map, I did not actually mark where a guardhouse would be.
Is the city walled?
It is not. It's walled in the sense of a French village. So it's not. It's not.
Parapets and
It's not very consequential. It's more decorative. The fortifications towards the actual docks are more made for protection against attack by sea.
Mm-hmm.
I'd venture a guess it would be near a gate.
Yeah, so you find the guardhouse and easily find your way in to the office of the man who hasn't actually given you his name yet. He looks up from his desk and goes, "Well, howdy. Took you long enough."
Greetings, my friend. We have come to report an issue of man stealing, and of course, an issue within, I believe, one of the high-ranking places within our beloved city. And then he places down the note. And we also have a witness who was also a victim of the said crime. And he gestures towards Rafa.
Slavery inside the order? Impossible. That's illegal.
And I'll just slowly hold up my right hand that bears the mark. Are you so sure about that?
Driving. Cursed curs. Well, that's great. Well, I suppose now that we're this deep into looking into things, I should introduce myself. I am Captain Octavian Herschel. Friends call me Hesh, but we're not friends yet. Yes, I'm gonna. Okay. He kind of looks through his papers and.
To make a decision.
What?
What information do you need to make a decision to act, sir?
Well, the problem is, it's very much going to have to be me if someone's acting, because our guards are not that keen. They let your captain friend in when they probably shouldn't have. They've let many things go on in this city that should not have gone on in this city. I don't really hold their competence very high.
May I offer a suggestion?
Yes. What's your name?
My name is Rafa, sir.
Rafa, sir. Okay.
I've witnessed this party before you here admirably take up arms against some of these who are deserving of justice. So perhaps if they're willing, they could assist you in some way.
Yeah. Well, imagine how that would look on my record. Captain Octavian Herschel led a band of miscreants against... Yes! You have a good head on your shoulders. Rafa, sir.
To them, it's still...
Pardon?
Thanks to them, it's still attached.
Oh, yeah, certainly. Yes, good job, cleric. I will be accompanying you in the investigation further, henceforth, yes. And such.
I'm gonna just take a look around the guard shack and see if he happens to have any kind of armory available.
You do happen to find an armory. There's a guard standing in front of it.
Excellent. I find myself without any supplies, having been taken from the ship that was boarded. Would it be all right if I procured perhaps a staff from your armory?
He kind of goes to speak, and then you just hear this slop of a mop on the floor, and you look over and you see this withered old janitor man who looks up, and the guard goes, "Come here, Farlao." And he kind of takes the mop and just unscrews the rod from it and hands it to you.
Well, thank you. I'll do with it what I can.
Well, it is indeed something.
It's not bad, you know. It's a wooden rod.
I'll take it.
My goodness.
Alright. Where is the party going to go from there?
I suppose back to the back to the church to see if we can investigate the Inquisition. To be inquisitors of the Inquisition.
Yes, you go in there and the room is full of cultists. No.
And at least give our pirate and our barbarian lady something to do, or at least someone else to fight.
Nella, do you want to break off and maybe talk with Saren and Carmichael, or do anything?
Does it look like Saren wants to talk to her about something, or?
She's not giving you any impression that she doesn't want, that she doesn't, what's the word I'm trying to say? She doesn't seem like she's unwilling to talk. They've mostly so far been catching up on Carmichael's adventures with you guys. And then there was a ghost dragon! Oh, a ghost dragon? Dragons haven't been around for 332 years. I know!
I guess Nella would hang out with them for a while, get to know Saren.
You understand, giving her walk of life, that Saren's a bit of a... What's the word? I guess not neurodivergent, but like not the most fit in with society kind of person.
Misfit.
That even with Carmichael, she comes to their encounters mentorly, an attempt at being motherly, but still with this air of she doesn't fully understand everything that he has to bring to the table.
I guess Nella would just maybe explain her situation to Saren.
I see. I think must have been a powerful wizard or sorcerer or something, or they had a wand of something.
I'm not sure. Typically magic users aren't even allowed to fight in the competitions, so the fact that he was even able to get in worries me.
Tell me. I feel indebted to you for keeping care of Carmichael. Not yet. But someday I will be strong enough to simply send you home. And I give you my word that when that day comes, when you are ready, I will do that for you.
Well, perhaps it is more an issue of when you are ready, because I would like to go home as soon as possible. This world confuses me greatly.
It confuses me too. Alright, anything else? So at the temple, Father Philvanus is just leading a evening, basically sort of Bible study.
Mm-hmm.
It's late in the day, closer to night.
I immediately go and join that now that I have interest. I've been warring and fighting. It's a good thing I spend some time away to spend an evening prayer, so I join them.
I'd like to watch at a respectful distance.
Alright. It's just a little him going over the book of James, talking about things. It's, for all intents and purposes, it's a very Catholic message that is put forth, though that wouldn't be the term in this world. It's a Pelorian message.
Pelorian message.
Seems very regimented versus your traditions, whether you read them or not. At some point, Lance gets to all of you and is like, "Okay, I have a cart and supplies. We will be able to set out in the morning, unless you have found more people to bring along."
It is funny that you mentioned that. And he gestures to the rest of the friends that they have brought on board, and
he looks at Saren, nod, and he looks at the captain, who seems just as uncomfortable as you in the church. And he nods, and then he hears a little looks down and sees the halfling. At least she will take up less room. Alright. This will work. This will work. But we need our rest. The lot of you certainly seem like you have been pretty battered. Where did you go while I was out?
Funny story. What did you say, Noel?
A gladiator fight.
Gladiator? Oh, the carnival was in town. Oh, I missed it. Drat.
He looks in a bit of slight confusion. You would go to the carnival.
I like elephant ears. What can I say?
What is an elephant?
You didn't know they had elephant ears? You don't know what an elephant is?
What's an elephant?
It's this big mammal creature. It's remarkable. Remarkable work of God. Tantamount only, second only to perhaps Behemoth.
Interesting. Absolutely interesting. And he raises his head and shrugs, sort of tired of all this talk about the festival of the testable. And he begins to get up and move to his room. Is there anything else you need of me before I rest? Because we should be setting our sights upon the Inquisition.
Oh. I see. And he goes and he has you catch him up on what you discovered on your outing. And as our characters settle in for the night, you have a room provided for you at the church if you are so choosing. We are going to take a quick break. Kyle, could you give the gospel break?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
To clarify, after he gives that, then we can introduce what we do, where people can find us, all that stuff.
Nice.
starting with there and going around. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please gather around. Let me tell you a story about a man named Adam who screwed up everything then blamed God. What a knucklehead. Because of him, we're all born into sin, every last one of us. None are good, no, not one. None are righteous, no, not one. The wages of sin is death, which means if we stood for a just, holy, righteous God today, we would be condemned. But there's good news, aka the gospel. Jesus Christ came 2,000 years ago, born of a virgin, perfect man, perfect God, lived a perfect life, went to Calvary, and died for our sins. Was buried and rose again on the third day. To confess your mouth that Jesus Christ is Lord and believe in your heart God rose from the dead, you shall be saved. Today is the day of the Lord's salvation. He stands at the door and knocks. The question is, are you going to answer? This gospel break has been brought to you by Tomes of Time, a D&D based Christian game.
Very nice.
All right, let y'all introduce yourself. I'm just going to get some ice.
Well, seeing this as the only one here at the moment. So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Blake. I go by eDisciple. I have a couple of other channels, one of which is a Christian-based channel called Longing for Valinor, where I make videos, take videos from Lord of the Rings and apply the Christian allegory that was so clear in Tolkien's writings to that. And as well, I'm also part of the Gospel Alliance, as well as Black Doctor down here is as well. And our mission there is essentially to focus on the core of Christianity and evangelism, sound teaching, answer questions for people and whatnot. So if you have questions, reach out.
Nice. So who else has gone? You've gone, Blake. Has anybody else gone?
Nope.
You can try to catch up on my podcast at Most Excellent Theophilus with the white background, black Celtic cross. You can catch me in various other campaigns, such as Tales of the Aesir on the channel Captain Calvinist, where I play Asher, the druid monk cleric prophet. And I have a Patreon where I read 1611 and Tyndale New Testament while having a little libation. It's fun and funny, and there's also bloopers, and I'm trying to be a content creator. It's not much a month. $5 for the base tier, $10 for the rounded tier. Has everyone else gone?
No, I haven't yet. Well, you guys can follow me on here on TikTok at BlackDoctor21. You can also follow me on YouTube and Instagram at the Black Doctor. Let's see, what else do? I do a lot of things. I am also on multiple other D&D campaigns. On Dennis's campaign, I am the mighty Forge Cleric of Hope, Athanasius Theophilus. I am also on Null's D&D campaign, the mighty Balgroth, Arbiter of Vengeance. And let's see, what else do I do? I also co-host on the Men of the Way podcast. I also have my own Patreon, where you can find audiobooks of the early church fathers, as well as Q&As on multiple topics, which I can't necessarily talk about on TikTok. I'm already getting banned for literally everything else, so I might as well move my stuff over. But also, you can basically get seminary lessons, church history lessons, where you can have a seminary education on church history for a fraction of the price. And really what you do on my Patreon is that you're actually helping me fund my own path through seminary, because seminary is expensive. I don't have my free scholarships anymore because I don't go to Westminster, so now I'm pulling myself up by my own bootstraps, and any little bit helps. So please, definitely come and support me.
Now it's my turn?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Y'all can find me on pretty much any platform under Kyle St. Andrews. Go to my website, kylestandrews.com, and you'll find out I have a podcast, a stream talk. Also, if you're in the local area of South Alabama around Enterprise, you can tune in to 91.1 WFPW. My voice is on there. And that's pretty much all you can find me on. You can find me on Oscar Foxtrot.
So with that, we're going to resume the game as you all settle in for bed. Sleep slowly comes to you. And with that, dreams. Rafa, you dream of an arid land, clearly racked by drought and famine. You see a man wandering in the wilderness with a shawl wrapped around his shoulders. And that is what you dream of for the night. And I scroll down in my notes. Sorry. Donatello.
Mm-hmm.
You find yourself also in a desolate wasteland, but this one of mud and dead trees and animals. It's a no man's land like you're used to from the front lines. Before you is a trail of blood. What will you do?
I slowly but carefully walk down that path, shaking my head. No, not this.
It leads you to a woman. Though her clothes are stained by the mud, she is dressed as a bride. She is laying face down, not moving.
I immediately rush and go to pick her up and try to dust her off.
You turn her over. She's nearly gone, but she is still alive.
I cast Healing Word.
She gasps as the light flashes through her and out of her eyes and mouth. And suddenly a light, even brighter than that radiance, shines around you to where you cannot see anything but the brightness. And you hear in a deep, booming voice, "So too does my bride lay dying, Donatello, and so too will you help revive her."
I immediately fall to my knees.
And that is where your dream pitters off. Captain, you dream of the last day you spent before you set out into seafaring life. You recollect that last longing look at shore, as once again you feel you're about to step out into a larger world, never to return to the life you knew before. Nella, as the dream comes to you, you find yourself in your childhood room, your bed, and you hear the voice of your grandmother. "It was good of you. It was a good fish you got today, granddaughter." "Once I saw a fish 10 times that. Have I ever told you about the Farlanders?"
You and Mother have mentioned those lands.
"Farther than that. One day long ago, travelers from a distant land came. One of them had this book, and in this book he wrote down all the secrets and things that were to be known. There were to know. And so we told him of the beast and of our past. And he told some of us our future. And that is why we pass on the stories we do, in honor of what he did." This pitters out. You're not sure if this is an actual memory or nothing more than the machinations of your subconscious. But you all awake to a warm sun shining in your rooms. The day in which you know it's time to set out.
I immediately burst awake. And I guess walk around to rustle everyone else up.
You wrangle them. Lance catches you. He goes, the others are out by the cart. When you and your cadre are ready, we can be off.
According to the tradition that I always do, as a captain, I'd step out and look at the clouds, look at the movement of the wind, to see how the weather is. Is there anything I need to roll?
No. You remember it was a red sky last night, and everything seems in fair weather today. Nella, as you emerge, you see that Carmichael was talking with Sarah, and when he sees you, his face somehow brightens even more. And you all make your way to this fairly large cart, ready to set off on adventure as tonight's session comes to a close. Thank you all for playing. We finally made it out of the first tab.
Wow.
But yes, and for the audience, thank you for watching thus far. I was hoping this sort of act would conclude sooner, but here we are. Have a good night, and God bless.